Mother Rose, you who were present long before we, and you who will continue after we're gone, bless this week and all who experience it. May it be a gateway for all to return to ourselves, the earth, and each other. May our connection with the voice of our soul be made stronger with every use. May all who touch it feel cherished, held, loved, softened, and seen. May it deliver insight, understanding, compassion, and guidance that's in the highest interest of all beings, past, present, and future. When I'm holding space for another, help me to step out of the way and invite others to connect with the wisdom that exists deep within themselves. Guide me and all who embrace this wisdom so that they may embrace their ever changing true nature and the seasons of their lives with compassion, understanding, and grace. Show us how we can plant ourselves here more deeply than ever before. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, and welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh man, this week when I tuned in, we're entering this portal of this week through the new moon in Pisces. And it just feels like such an expansion in the heart. It's a lot of heart speaking. So the invitation or the attunement that I shared at the beginning of the forecast is the attunement from the oracle that I'm going to be using today, which is by Rebecca Campbell, is the Rose Oracle. It is another beautiful oracle. And the rose is very close to me. So, and I love Rebecca Campbell's work. So yeah, I feel this expansion in the heart, and we know that expansion in the heart is not always ecstatic, right? It's not always like joy, joy, joy. It can feel painful, right? Because many people are afraid to be in their heart, let alone expand the essence of their heart. So there might be a little bit of achiness there, but that will eventually move into the ecstatic, the joy, the good part of existing through the heart, being present through the heart. So I'm really excited to bring in the wisdom of this Rose Oracle to really help us to connect deeply with our heart and also receive the teachings from the Pisces new moon. It is a week of new beginnings because of the Pisces new moon, and Pisces really helps us to expand our creativity. We know creativity stems from the heart, right? So it makes a lot of sense why the theme of the heart is really amplified for us this week, right? Pisces energy. And we've heard, the Pisces new age and, the Aquarian new age, and right, there's this expansion, expansion is the word. And then it's like heart and expansion are the two big themes that are coming up this week. So how can you anchor deeply within your heart? How can you trust your heart deeply? How can you take your relationship with your heart to the next level? And that's this, really what is coming through today, this week. And I feel like it is such a perfect theme to come in February, especially knowing that February is the month of self-love, right? I talked about this at the beginning of the month. February is the month of self-love. So self-love is really about you being comfortable with your heart, with your own heart, with the wisdom of your own heart, right? Self-love is loving yourself unconditionally, your ups and downs, your dark and your light, everything and everything in between, right? So this theme coming in, I feel like is a great theme to come in mid-February, right? Is it mid? Yeah, it's like past mid, right? We're going to the ending of February. It's a great way to end February, to really take that, our relationship with our hearts to the next level. So are you ready? Are you ready to dive in deeply? Are you ready to embrace this expansion? And I feel like there's a lot of energy right here for a lot of people. So let's close our eyes. Let's just get in there. So close your eyes and begin to breathe into your heart. Place your hand on your heart. You can actually place both hands on your heart and begin to breathe into your heart. Breathe into your body. Bring into awareness that essence, the light of your heart, whatever that looks like. Go deep into the essence of your heart. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it need? Just tune into there. Just be aware of this before we bring in the energies of heaven and earth to come in and anchor within your heart, as well as the true essence of your own divine expression. Just breathe and receive the wisdom from your heart. What do you need? What do you need? What does your heart need? What does your heart need this week? I feel like that's a great question to have for this week, to contemplate on, to journal on this week. What does my heart need? What does my heart desire? And how can I do more of the things that lift my heart up, that brings my heart more joy, that brings me to that ecstatic nature of its natural beingness? Oh, I'm just going to call in the beautiful angels and archangels of the highest light to come in at this time and to begin to break down and crumble anything that may be in the way of you receiving ultimate love and expressing from this place. There you go. Release, release, release. It is safe for you to let the walls dissolve. Let the walls dissolve slowly. You are safe. See, the heart has its own protective mechanism. You don't need to build a wall around it. It is one of the strongest organs within our bodies, both physically and spiritually. So you got to trust that your heart's got your back. You got to trust your heart. So let it go. Let the walls crumble. Let the walls dissolve with love. And I see this influx of love, the light of love just coming through and just gently dissolving the walls that you've created around your heart that prevents you from truly experiencing what love is, love of yourself. And then from there, moving outward through that overflow, the love of others, the love, they have for others as well. There you go. Let it go and breathe. Then it's okay if you find yourself being teary or starts to cry. That's okay. That's the heart's way of cleansing. If you find intense emotions such as anger, anxiety, just ease into that and just release it. Allow more love to flow in, to melt away the intensity. It is okay. Whatever emotions that come up through this process, it is okay. Don't try to shut it down. Don't try to hide it. It is part of your need. It deserves to be acknowledged. It deserves to be expressed in the way that is healing to you. In the way that is healing to you. From this place, I'm going to call in the light from the Divine Father, from the heart of the Divine Father, to begin to descend down through our channel, coming all the way down, entering into our crown, going all the way down and anchoring into our heart. And I want you to really feel that anchor. And from there, it continues down our bodies, all the way down our legs, and then out through our feet, where it creates these roots of light. And allow these roots of light to begin to move through the different layers of the earth until it reaches the center of the earth. And there you find the heart of the Divine Mother open and ready to receive you. And just go ahead and plug right into the heart of the Divine Mother. Open up your roots, your channel, and begin to drink up that essence, that support, that love. Bring it up through your roots. Drink it up. Bring it all the way up into your body, up through your legs. Bring it all the way into your heart. And again, let it anchor into your heart before it continues upward and out through the crown of your head and just spewing all around you. I want you to breathe into the space. There you go. And now call in your higher self to come into your heart now. And really feel, see, sense all three essence fully present within your heart. And bring all three essence together into one ball of light, crystalline light. And when they come together, they expand or explode and create an outer layer all around you. And breathe into this space where you're surrounded by the love of the Divine Father, the Divine Mother, and your own divinity through your higher self. Where you're anchored to the heart of the Divine Father above and anchored into the heart of the Divine Mother below. Breathe into this space of connection and deep rootedness and centeredness. Breathe into this space. Beautiful. From this place, go ahead and ask which of these oracle cards is here to support me this week in helping me to root deeply into the essence of my heart, to trust my heart, and to trust the expansion of the essence of my heart. 1, 2, or 3. And once you have received your number or numbers, go ahead and open yourself up, open your eyes, ready to receive your message for the week. So again, I'm using the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. It is a beautiful, beautiful oracle deck. All right, let's see here. I love these cards. All right, so if you received number 1, your message is this: healing is happening. And let's see if you can see this card. It's quite beautiful. The cards are, it's almost like watercolors. It's very gentle and smoothing. Yeah, it's just such a delicious energy. And it says, healing is happening. You are not broken. Trust the process. It is safe to soften. That's another word for these cards in general. It has the softening nature, where it just comes and just softens the hard borders that you've put around you. So here's the message if you received card number 1. You're not broken. You're a part of the ever-changing nature of life. Ever-changing, ever-changing, ever-changing. Change is your natural state. The rose knows that you were never meant to stay the same, to be one single shape, size, or way. You are not normal, and that's normal. You're always becoming more and more of who you truly are. Healing is happening every moment of every day. You're returning to your true state every moment of every day. Call in your support team of people who can hold you in that, who can trust in the grace of your natural state. A true healer knows that they are not the one doing the healing. Rather, they're holding the vision of the return to wholeness. I love this one. I'm going to read it again. A true healer knows that they're not the one doing the healing. Rather, they're holding the vision of the return to wholeness, knowing that wholeness is in a stagnant state. When you embrace all parts of your life, from the ecstasy to the agony, the joy to the grief, the bloom to the fall, the bud to the rose hip, you'll realize that healing is always happening and life is on your side. No one is immune to the polarity of this human experience. The only way through it is to embrace all parts of it, the light and the shadow. And as any healer or initiate knows, the only way to the light is to embrace the shadow within. The shadow and the sometimes the pain is a portal to your liberation. You're not broken. You're healing. Healing is happening. Trust in the timing of life. So there's a rose transmission that comes with this card, and as simply as this is something you can repeat to yourself throughout the week to really embrace this message from the rose. Healing is happening. Healing is happening. Healing is happening. And I want to add this part. I am not broken. Healing is happening. I am not broken. Healing is happening. I am not broken. Healing is happening. Beautiful. Card number 1. Healing is happening. Just embrace that softening, that gentle nature of this card. It's quite beautiful. I hope you can see it. Kind of moving it around so you can see it. Okay. If you received card number 2, another beautiful card. Is just seriously, this whole deck. I mean, the rose is such a beautiful. I love the rose. Like, I tend to use rose essential oils a lot. I love, having rose. Like, I'm working on having a rose garden. It's just such a powerful magic to have to support me. So if you receive 2, your card is this. It says the child within. So you're going to be working with the child within, or the work this week for you is with the child within. And it says inner mother, innocence, gentleness, and tenderness. Look how beautiful this card is. Do you see it? Yeah. Let's go to the message, shall we? We can be so hard on ourselves, expecting to heal according to a schedule and beating ourselves up when we make a mistake. The rose wants us to release all hardness from our bodies and all hurt from ourselves. Breathe in here and out. To find a way to soften, to remember that no matter what has happened, is happening, or will happen, we are all innocent children of the stars and the earth. The flowers are here for us. They are a safe, soft place to remember. They want you to nurture the child within. This is a card of gentle reassurance and compassion. It brings a message of gentle understanding and tenderness. It's reminding you to treat yourself like the innocent child that you are, to take your inner child and let them rest deeply in the soft petals of your heart. We all have a child within us who at some point went into exile because they were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. And no matter how much we've grown, when we as adults are hurt or triggered, it's normal to regress to this age and feel overwhelmed by the original emotion. And while we can't change the past, what we can do is scoop up the child within and place them in the soft petals of the rose of our own heart. So there's a soul inquiry that comes with this card that you can contemplate and journal on this week. How can you tenderly tend the child within? How can you tenderly tend the child within? Taking a deep breath in here. I feel like this card is so important. This is a big part of the work that I do, that I walk my clients through, especially in the Goddess Unleashed program. There's an aspect or a section of the program where they get to really sit and create a relationship with all aspects of themselves, and this, especially the inner child aspect, and the magic that happens through that connection in their own lives is just unheard of. It is quite incredible what happens. So this is very important. Buy a rose for your inner child. Go within and connect to your heart. See that rose, see your heart as a rose, and see it open up and bloom, and place your inner child in that rose and watch it close around your inner child, not in a stifling way, but just like this, like a warm blanket around your inner child. Sing to your inner child, speak poetry to your inner child, speak words of love and uplifting and encouraging words to your inner child. How can you love, love, love your inner child this week? It is so important. So, so important, right? So that was card number 2. You're working with the child within this week. This is where the expansion is happening this week for you. If you receive 3, this is your card, is the breathing rose. Look at, again, another beautiful card. The breathing rose. Hopefully you can see these cards are so gentle. Even the pictures are gentle and softening. The breathing rose, and it says heart healing, emotions, connection, and time eases. Time eases. Here's the message. Often healing is a slow, steady process. It's complex, not linear. It takes as long as it takes, and most of the time, that's much longer than we would wish. But like all things in nature, there's a mysterious intelligence to it. And if we trust it and let the vibrant petals fall to the earth, cut back, cut back what's no longer, and protect the new shoots and buds from being pried open, we may find ourselves in a second bloom, and fruit will follow. You can't mature that. We must trust the great mystery in the process. The bud somehow manages to burst through the constraints by opening to life. All of nature has this intelligence within it. The challenge when we're going through a time of healing, which is another word for growth, transformation, and change, is not to close ourselves off from the world when we most want to separate and shut down, to somehow find the courage to open through the agony, the difficulty, and the hurt. And when we feel safe enough to let life soften us, not burden us, to deepen and cradle us. This is a card of deep heart healing. It would often come to us as a simple, oh my gosh, can't even talk. It will often come to us as a symbol of emotional healing that's in the process of happening. The mending's underway. Treat yourself and your healing with compassion, understanding, and gentleness. This is a card of deep encouragement that you're doing it. Time will ease everything soon. Time will ease everything soon. And here's the soul inquiry for you to contemplate and journal on this week. How can you treat yourself with gentle compassion and softness? And how can you trust the timing of your healing? Taking a deep breath in and out. So, for this card, if you receive card number 3, go get yourself some roses, put it next to your bedside, and just inhale the fragrance and allow the fragrance to enter through your lungs and spread through your entire cells. Let it begin to break down the hard shell. Let it begin to soften you through your healing, and to also wrap around you in this warm cocoon as you're healing. Let it be your safe container as you're healing. That's the thing with these cards. Like I said before, I work with the rose a lot physically, rose oils, having rose flowers with me. Even my body wash has rose oil in there. I love rose because it's one of the highest vibration flowers to work with. And so if I can, I work with it spiritually, but I also work with it physically, right? By touching the rose, by smelling the rose. Oh my gosh, drinking rose tea this week is going to so support your heart. So yes, get yourself some yummy roast tea. Let it support you. Let it support you internally, physically, emotionally. I mean, on all levels when you drink the tea. So, and yeah, just breathe it in. Be gentle with yourself this week. Like I said, this new moon is really taking us into our heart and expansion, bringing through expansion within our hearts. And because of that, it's going to bring a lot of people or begin a lot, start a lot of people on their heart healing journey. Here's the thing: we all have work to do with our hearts. I've done so much work on my heart, and I continue to. I'm not interested in, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to reach an age where it stops, because we're always changing. Remember what the second card said: we are always changing. We're ever changing. And so far as we're not hiding in a cave somewhere, right? We're constantly coming in contact with other people. And when we show up in our fullness and full authenticity, sometimes we get hurt through the process, and that's okay. That's part of the human experience. And so the healing of the heart is a continuous journey. And so you got to have grace for yourself. It's okay. We all get hurt every now and then, but you got to know what tools you have. One of the most potent tools to use is to work with the rose. You know what? One of the things I love about the rose, I love the fact that it is such a beautiful, beautiful flower. It opens up, and the fragrance just completely engulfs you and opens you up and releases your stress. Like in just that moment, you are at peace with all that is. But it also has thorns. The thorns protect the flower from critters, from predators. And this is the part that I love. It's like you can be soft, you can be gentle, but through that vulnerability, you're also protected. That you don't need to be hard. You don't need to create that hard shell around you to block you from all the joy and the love and the beauty that wants to come through. But just simply embracing that you are safe, you are protected, you have your own thorns too. But it requires you to trust your heart. Your heart is not a weak organ. Let me just say that. Like, I hope that you wake up every day and you place your hand on your heart and you thank your heart for beating every day, for distributing blood throughout your entire body. Oh my gosh. I can't even talk. Oxygen filled blood throughout your entire body and helping to also detox your body. It is a powerful, powerful organs. Two organs that I fell in love with when I was a pre-med student, when I got to touch the human organs, like really hold it in my hand, was the brain and the heart. And isn't it funny? Because that's actually my work in bridging those two, right? The brain, which is like the masculine aspect of the self, the heart is the feminine aspect of the self, right? The brain is the human, the heart is the divine aspect of self, right? Is the bridging. Right. But when I held those two and when I was able to dissect it and really learn about what these organs do for us. Like without them, we can't have this physical existence. So I hope you wake up every day and you place your hand on your heart and you thank your heart for beating every day. Even after heartbreaks, it still beats for you. It is the strongest organ, both spiritually and physically, that I have ever known. The brain doesn't even come close to it. It is powerful. So let this week, I hope this new moon really creates an invitation for you to dive into the mystery of your own heart. Dive into the mystery of the blossoming of your heart. What does that look like? Allow the healing to occur from the essence of softening, from the essence of love and beauty. And know that you are safe. You are safe through this journey. Every step that you take, you are safe. My loves. If you would like to deepen into this wisdom, again, this is a huge part of my work. And in Goddess Unleashed, this is what my clients really learn to build a stronger connection with and check in with. I mean, it is one of the foundations of the program. And the doors are still open to Goddess Unleashed. So I would like to invite you to come take this 12-month journey with me of deep mentorship, coming back to yourself, returning back to your inner wisdom, and really embodying that essence. It is truly your rose blossoming, opening up and blooming. It is a journey unlike any that you will ever take. I invite you to come work with me in this deep mentorship. So find the link below, click on it, come join me. The price it is affordable for what you get, what you get in the program. I continuously hear my clients tell me to raise my prices all the time, right? But it's really about the embodiment. And my clients say that because of what they get from it. What they get from it is priceless, is timeless. What I get from it is that if more women can wake up every day and feel empowered on their journey, my work is done. Truly embodied in who they are, with that joy, with that beauty, with that confidence, with that power and love and magic, this world would be a different place. If women can reclaim and embody who they really are in their full power, this world would truly change rapidly in a better way. So click on the link, come join us. And also send me a message. Let me know how this week's Goddess Energy forecast helped you open up. What is some invitations that it ignited within you? What was happening within your heart as you were receiving these, as you were receiving your message or messages for this week? This is a great week for you to go buy yourself a bouquet of roses or rose oil or rose incense. I don't know, just douse yourself, surround yourself in the essence of rose, and let the roses hold you tight through your healing and new expansion. From my heart to yours, until next time, you have a blessed, beautiful, expansive week through your heart.